everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy July, or happy whenever you're watching this day. I hope this video finds you well, but for me, and when this video is going up, it is currently July 1st, and so that means I have a monthly sit-up to do. This bullet journal video is going to be a little bit different because I will also be showing you guys how I am setting up my third quarter spreads. Every quarter I do a spread where I will write down my goals and usually have a few tracking pages for that quarter overall. I know quarterly planning is more like a business thing. I think that's where it originated from. It's like a business finance thing. But I find quarterly goals are so useful in keeping you on track. And I love having a setup where I can look at just the next 3 months and think of everything that I want to do and get done. This quarterly spread is a little different. I've never set my spreads up like this before, so that's a bit exciting. I don't know if you can tell, but I actually did the title, the little Q3 in the top corner, and I did the calendars on the next page on a separate day to when I fill in all the squares and the page and do the other calendars and the little Kanban setup, because I didn't actually know how I wanted to set this quarterly spread up. I knew I wanted to try something a little different, but I wasn't sure exactly how that was going to work. So what I decided on was, on the first page, obviously I have the little Q3 up in the corner, and then that page is, the first page is for my quarterly goals, and I've gone and drawn 8 boxes, and each box represents a different type of goal. So for example, I have a box for my writing goals, I have a box for some health goals, I have a box for YouTube goals, that kind of thing. And I don't go and fill them out in this video, but that's something I will do probably once I've finished filming this voiceover. Honestly, I'll probably go and fill out all my goals for the next quarter, so then on the next page I can get to doing some planning for each individual month. I don't know, the next 2 pages in my quarterly spread both are split into 3, and I have calendars for July, August, and September each month in this quarter. And the first page, the page next to my goals spread, that is going to be for aligning those goals up with a month, so giving those goals a month to actually try and, if not complete them, at least start them in. And I actually took my goals set up from June, where I have a column to put my good goals and a column to put my best goals. I really like this setup, having a good goal and a best goal. I think the good goal definitely is always something you should be able to achieve, and the best goal should be something that you really are hoping to achieve, but might not happen because of, I don't know, time or life just getting in the way, that kind of thing. I really like this setup, so I put it in here for my quarterly goals. And then on the next page I have my YouTube planner. That's why I have another page split into 3 with each of the months on there. What I'm going to do with this is, each time I upload a video, I'm going to highlight the day so I know which days that I've uploaded, and then the empty space on the page next to it, I can plan out video ideas that I have for the months in advance, which is something I really need. I realized after last month I didn't have a way to plan for any future videos. So I'm really glad that I got to include that in. And then I have my Kanban board. If you don't know what a Kanban board is, it's basically just a way of visually seeing where you're at with your projects. So mine is specifically a writing Kanban board. So I have 5 different stages. I have my outlining stage, my research stage, my draft stage, my editing stage, and a stage for betas. And essentially what you do is, or what I'm going to do is, I'm going to write my projects on a sticky note and put them in the stage where they're currently at. So for example, I'm currently editing Dead Seas, so I will go and write Dead Seas on a sticky note and put it under the editing category. And that's all I've set up for my quarterly spread. I will also be going in and setting up a 100 days of productivity tracker, because that is something that I'm starting on my Tumblr. I tried doing this last year and I tried doing it earlier this year with writing, but that didn't go very well. So I'm just going to stick to the productivity on my blog. I tried doing it on YouTube earlier this year, but that didn't really work. That was really difficult. So I'm just going to stick to posting about that on Tumblr, but I definitely want to have a tracker where I can, if not write down what I do each day, at least, tick off each day as I go through it, so I know how far through I get, because, I don't know, there's a chance I might not complete it. You would hope I would, but there is a chance. But while this is a new quarterly setup for me, it is pretty standard. Like, this is what I usually do. I usually have a page where I write my goals, and then I usually have a page with the calendars for each month, and I assign things to each month, and then I usually have a few specific trackers. That's my general setup for the quarter. I just really like how I did it this month. I think it's very particular. And then of course I am doing a title page for July, kind of aesthetic title page. For me right now, it is the middle of winter over here in New Zealand, and it is kind of cold, kind of miserable. So the tones for the spread is a little bit darker, I think. I put my Pantone winter wheat color in there. I've got lots of dark browns, kind of shadowy pictures that I'm sticking in here. But I really like the overall vibe. I think it just really works. I remember ages ago on Tumblr, someone asked how I choose what to put in my spreads, how I pick a theme. And I don't actually pick a theme necessarily. I know lots of people, if you watch other bullet journal videos, they'll pick a theme, so they'll do a popular one I know is stars or the galaxy, kind of a space theme, and so they'll draw lots of stars and planets and moons and things like that on their spreads. But for me, I kind of just I'll either pick a color, or it's kind of like making a mini aesthetic. If you've ever made a mood board or an aesthetic for anything, that's kind of the process I go for when I choose the pictures that I'm going to put in my bullet journal. I honestly find most of these on Pinterest or Tumblr, and if I find something, I think for this spread the first picture I found was the ballerina, the girls with the ballet dresses. That's the picture I found, and then I just kind of went around and looked for pictures that I thought would go with that. And I think it all kind of works. I do also usually try and reflect the season that we're in. So I think the winter months are usually a bit darker or simpler, and then I try and make my summer spreads, for example, more bright and reflecting I guess I just try to reflect the time of the year that it is within my bullet journal. I don't know how anyone else does it, but if you have a particular process, I would love to hear how you do it. Yeah, I don't really pick a theme, I just kind of go with whatever I see and like and think is pretty and stick it in, basically. Um, but I actually really liked how the spread turned out. You'll see I added a few little details to some of the pictures, like I added the border around the window picture, and I wrote "Let the light in" on top of the picture, which I think was really nice. And the picture that I stuck in that has the jacket and the shirt and like the jumper, on each different piece of clothing I wrote down the color and like the material that I think it would be. Kind of like a little wardrobe inspiration kind of thing. I don't know, I really liked the little details that I did. I just wanted to go in and add a little bit, a few extra touches, I think. But I really loved how the spread turned out. Like, I absolutely loved it. And then, of course, the rest of the spreads that I do, I have my goals page and a little calendar page. You might have noticed I took out the extra like calendar page that I usually do. I think the past 2 months I've done 2 calendar or monthly planning pages, but I took the but I took one of them out because I just think that June is not going to be a super busy month for me. I don't think I'm going to need to plan day by day in advance. So I've just stuck with the regular box calendar, and instead of having another monthly calendar, I've just bumped my goals page up next to it. I will of course go fill this out afterwards. I don't know why I go and fill them I don't know why I don't fill them in while I'm filming. I think it's because I honestly take a really long time thinking of specific goals, and I usually do it over several days actually. I don't just like sit down and instantly know everything that I want to get done in the month. It usually takes me like the week leading up to the start of the month, and I'll think of things. Probably each day I'll come up with another goal that I want to add. So that's why I don't show you guys. That's why I don't write my goals on screen. But I mean, if you ever want me to do it sometimes, I could probably figure it out. But I don't know, my goals aren't that incredible. It's usually just like, please write at least something at least once and maybe read a book. That's usually what my goals are. And then it honestly took me a while to pick what trackers that I was going to include this month, because it's Camp NaNoWriMo in July, so I'm going to have specific trackers for that. So all I ended up adding in was my habit and mood tracker, a page tracker, and then I went and outlined 2 pages with my brown Tombow pen, just so it's like created a box over the 2 pages, and that is going to be my gratitude spread. I'm going to treat it kind of like a journal, so I'm just going to write each day, write a few lines about what I'm grateful for. Instead of, I think how I did it last month was I had a mood and gratitude tracker, so I would write down only like 1-word things that I was grateful for, and I didn't really like that. So I've given myself a bit more space this month. But honestly, overall, this setup has been really, really easy. I mean, I thought this was going to be a really long video because of the quarterly setup, but it didn't actually take that long. I mean, I've liked how I've kept everything kind of simple, and I like how everything is kind of neat and, you know, everything has their own space, and it's all organized, so it's all going to be easy for me to use. I really like how it all turned out. And I guess I'll take you in for some close-ups. This is my simple, cozy winter spread for July. I hope you enjoyed it. I get so many nice comments about these videos. You guys are so sweet, messaging me saying that you love my bullet journal and you just like these videos are really calming for you, and that actually makes me so happy because that's what I love about these videos. I love watching them and just, I don't know, I find them relaxing, so I'm glad that my videos kind of do the same thing for you guys. But that is all for today. I really hope you guys are well. I know that June was a crazy, crazy month. It definitely was for me, and I know it was for lots of other people. Honestly, just sitting down and setting up this spread was so nice. It was so relaxing to just take the time and do this. And I honestly hope July isn't as hectic as June was. I wish you all the best for the upcoming month, and I thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me. Definitely let me know if you post your monthly spreads anywhere. I would love to check them out. And I will see you guys soon with another journaling video.